In the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania, there are two cheetahs named Rahim and Sanaa who have lived together for 3 years. Both are famous for being promiscuous and preferring to live alone when giving birth, but they are always attached. The national park staff, including Amara, found it strange that Rahim and Sanaa had not been separated for such a long time. Every day, the cheetahs often stopped by the management center, making everyone familiar with them and giving them a lot of affection. Despite being together for a long time, Rahim and Sanaa still do not have children, making many people curious about the reason for this delay. However, no one doubted the sincere feelings between the two cheetahs, because they rarely left each other's side. One morning, Amara discovered that Sanaa's belly seemed larger than usual, as if a sign of a miracle. She carefully recorded and monitored Sanaa's health every day, in case the female needed assistance during pregnancy. Rahim was affectionate, often licking her fur and staying by her side, not leaving Sanaa alone for too long. As time passed, Sanaa's belly grew bigger, and she moved slowly, preferring to rest under the shade of trees. Rahim continuously hunted, bringing prey back to his mate, showing his role as the pillar of care for the family. Everyone was moved by the image of the pair of cheetahs cuddling each other, which was rare in wild cheetahs. Then one day, the management center did not see Rahim and Sanaa for 2 consecutive days, making the staff worried. Amara and a few colleagues immediately organized a search party, scouring the entire Serengeti area. Finally, they discovered Rahim standing next to a bush, constantly licking and growling softly, seemingly very restless. Sanaa lay on the dry ground, groaning weakly, her stomach contracting repeatedly as if she was having difficulty in labor. Rahim saw Amara approaching, but did not show any aggression, only signaling that she wanted her to help Sanaa. Amara understood, gently approached, both reassuring Rahim and observing the condition of the female leopard about to give birth. She realized that Sanaa was too weak, it would be difficult for her to give birth on her own without necessary support. Immediately, Amara took out a dose of birth control, gently injected it into Sanaa's hind leg. At the same time, she stroked her stomach to stimulate contractions, hoping that Sanaa would quickly push the cub out. Rahim watched attentively from afar, her eyes filled with anxiety but also filled with love. Under the effect of the drug, Sanaa gradually pushed harder, letting out a few intermittent growls in pain. About 20 minutes later, the first cub was born, its tiny body trembling but still moving on its own. Amara quickly cleaned up, then put the cub aside, letting Sanaa continue to give birth. Rahim crept closer, sniffed his baby, licked a few times, then turned to wait for more. Sanaa continued to growl hoarsely, pushing hard, bringing the second cub out with heavy breathing. The second cub's body was still wet, Amara carefully supported, dried and kept warm immediately. Sanaa's strength gradually ran out, she could only lie down, breathing intermittently, eyes half closed. Worried about the third birth, Amara caressed and comforted, massaging Sanaa's belly more. Finally, after more than 10 minutes, the third cub was born, small and chirping. Sanaa's whole body seemed to be exhausted, she opened her eyes to look at the 3 cubs as if to confirm that they were all safe. Amara picked them up one by one, placed them close to her mother, but Sanaa was too tired to lick them, only moving slightly. To help Sanaa recover quickly, Amara injected her with an additional shot of energy-boosting medicine. Another member of the team immediately prepared some clean water and dry straw for the mother leopard to lie down on. Rahim approached, sniffed each cub, licked their wet fur, and looked happy. Then, he turned to lick Sanaa's face, as if to give his mate more motivation. Amara suggested building a small wooden hut nearby for the leopard family to temporarily stay in. Everyone quickly contributed, collected wood and straw, and assembled a simple but cozy shelter. The 3 cubs were placed in the nest, their weak cries echoed in the wild. Sanaa struggled to crawl into the hut, trying to stretch her neck to lick her cubs, signaling that she felt safer. Rahim walked back and forth, guarding the area, ready to protect the newly built nest. The conservation staff brought in nutritious food for the mother leopard to regain her strength. Rahim ate a few bites first, then left most of it to Sanaa, showing his thoughtfulness. With the medicine and the meal, Sanaa gradually recovered, and was able to raise her head to observe the 3 cubs. Amara checked the overall health of the 3 leopards and found that there were no complications. She breathed a sigh of relief, feeling happy that the assisted birth journey had gone smoothly. The staff continued to keep watch around, avoiding other predators from approaching the area. At night, in the wooden hut, Sanaa and Rahim took turns licking the fur and keeping the 3 leopard cubs warm. Amara and her teammates retreated to the center, planning to return to check again the next morning. When dawn broke, they returned to the hut, seeing that the leopard family was still safe. Sanaa looked healthier. Rahim lay outside the hut door, listening for any movement, alert to the surroundings. Sanaa breastfed her cubs. The 3 leopard cubs fought over milk, occasionally snuggling into their mother's fur. Amara brought more food, placed it by the door. Rahim growled softly and pulled the piece of meat inside. They avoid making noise, leaving the family a quiet space, especially when the cubs are still very young. Many tourists who heard the news were curious and came to visit, but were restricted from approaching for safety reasons. The story of the faithful leopard couple in the Serengeti spread throughout the reserve, becoming famous. People called it a rare miracle in the world of cheetahs. Amara herself was also moved, because she directly contributed to helping Sanaa give birth successfully. The 3 tiny cubs were temporarily called by her and her colleagues by friendly names. Everyone hopes that they will grow up healthy, continuing the legacy of their parents in this wild land. Every day, Amara still comes to check on them, bringing medicine in case Sanaa has a relapse. Rahim has started hunting further away, bringing fresh meat for Sanaa and her mother to nourish. The leopard couple gradually led their cubs out of the hut on cool mornings, letting them practice walking and getting used to the light. The 3 cubs staggered across the grassland, occasionally falling but still getting up very quickly. Sanaa watched them closely, while Rahim stood outside to watch for any danger. Under their love and protection, the 3 cubs developed well. Their fur began to show distinct spots. These moments were all recorded by Amara and her colleagues, serving research and education. Tourists who were lucky enough to witness them all felt admiration and joy for a happy leopard family. Since Sanaa gave birth, Rahim seemed to have become more mature, and was less away from his family for long periods of time than before. This strange bond erased the prejudice that cheetahs only form temporary, unsustainable couples. Many people believe that perhaps the feelings between Rahim and Sanaa were forged over the years of living together. The story sparked hope that, at times, cheetahs could be just as loyal. Day by day, the 3 cubs grew bolder and more confident, running around the vast grasslands. Sanaa stood at a distance, letting her cubs explore on their own, but was ready to intervene if they encountered any obstacles. Rahim always circled around outside, ensuring the security of the family's little territory. The national park staff felt proud to witness this rare scene happening right in the Serengeti. Amara often joked, "I never expected to become an unwilling midwife for a cheetah." She herself did not expect that the birthing process would leave such a deep impression. Later, the management center designed a small display corner, telling the story of Rahim and Sanaa. Visitors read, looked at the pictures, and often asked how the cheetah family was doing and where they lived. The staff explained that they were still around, but people needed to respect their space. The 3 cubs, now stronger, were learning to stalk prey and play with small insects. Sanaa occasionally licked her fur to teach her, while Rahim sometimes lay down and rolled around with them. The sight of the family together was the most beautiful moment Amara had ever witnessed in her career. Many people nicknamed them the happiest family in the Serengeti, and it was not wrong. Occasionally, Rahim and Sanaa would visit the center as before, but this time with the cubs. Seeing all 5 together, everyone was overwhelmed with joy, while being conscious of keeping quiet to observe. The story ended with the family gradually returning to the wild, healthy, and able to survive on their own. But the memories of Rahim, Sana, and the 3 cubs remain in the hearts of Amara and everyone in the Serengeti National Park. Dear friend, thank you for taking the time to follow the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us.